Hey, I'm K Kurd.
I'm Marcus Bronzy.
This is Ain't Got a Clue.
The show where we find the answer to quiz questions.
Yeah, it's as simple as that. One of us asks the other a quiz question, and then together we have a conversation to guarantee that we all remember the answer. Bit of jokes, bit of banter, and we do it. We do it well.
Let's get into it then, Kay. What have you got for me this week in the form of your question?
Okay, so today's question, Marcus, is what's longer? No, I'm joking. What's longer, a nautical mile or a mile?
Ain't got a clue.
Well, it's actually a nautical mile. A nautical mile is 1.15 normal miles.
What? I know. I hope we're going to find out, but 1.15 is just like a really random number.
Did you even know there was such a thing as nautical miles?
I'm a little bit upset that somebody has invented a nautical mile because I feel like it's like saying, yeah, there's a space centimetre instead of a regular centimetre. Don't look at me like, oh no!
No, I'm joking. We'll get onto space in a little bit as well. But were you any good at this? Is like a geography question, really. Were you any good at geography?
No, so I'm fucked. And if you are not good at geography, just please be aware, listener, that at the end of this episode, you're going to realise that you're actually decent at geography because I am horrendous at geography.
Right, so you know, when things will come up like tectonic plates and all that stuff, you had no clue about
all the sciencey bits are like. I know like the tectonic plates, when they rub together, that's what makes an earthquake, the friction between those.
If it's a lot, it makes a volcano.
Yes, that's right. Okay, cool.
Woo! Okay, look at us geography nerds. Yeah! Woo! First of all, it was one of those subjects as well. Remember when you were in school and you looked at geography, you're like, it's the absolute loser subject, man. Like, you know. But like as you get older, you're like, wow, there's a lot of important things in there. So
fascinating. The amount of people that just don't know where a country is. I remember at school, nobody would ever be like excited for geography lesson. You'd be weird if you're like, what have you got? Hey, bruv, after lunch, I've got double geography. Is it? Oh, bruv, I'm jealous, man. No, it wouldn't be like that.
I don't think anybody can go through. I think that's child abuse. Double geography is just like, because all the teachers, the geography teachers aren't ever like the interesting one. No one's favourite teacher was a geography teacher.
No, I make you right. I make you right. PE teacher. You remember your PE teacher?
Or English teacher. Yeah. It was never a maths teacher either.
Yeah, no. I always feel like all of our geography teachers were other teachers, like English teachers or like science teachers, and they just did the geography lesson because none of the other teachers wanted it as well.
No, we had like they're like, I've got a degree in geography. I've done this my whole life. This is what I'm going to do forever. Right, so let's actually get into what it is. So on land, a mile is a length of 5,280 feet. And a nautical mile is longer than a mile.
Okay, I'm remembering that. Okay.
So just to put it simply for you, a nautical mile is a unit of distance used for air and sea travel that's equal to 1,852 meters.
1,852 meters. Okay, I'm with you on that.
1.151 miles.
Okay, all right, I'm with you. It's pissing me off. Yeah. So I don't know why it's making me so angry.
So you're probably thinking like, yeah, but what's the point of them? Yeah. Like, why have they been made like, because why can't we just have normal miles? Do you know what I mean? Like miles and meters and... Yeah. No, you're already confusing me because what you've done is we've got kilometres and we've got miles.
Yeah.
And I'm already annoyed because I've got piles, and no, I'm joking. No, but you've got miles and you've got kilometres, and I'm already confused. So why have you added something else to it? Why is it a naughty mile? It's a nautical mile. Well, but why? What's the point of it? I don't understand. So a nautical mile is based on 1 minute of arc.
You're adding another unit to this.
No,
Stop,
nautical miles,
for fuck's sake.
They're based on 1 minute of arc on the sphere of the Earth.
Oh my God.
With 60 minutes of arc per degree longitude.
Oh my God. Kill me.
Did you know that?
Please.
So do you know your longitude from your latitude?
Oh my God, he's using
when they
words.
measure it, when they talk about it in rap songs, like, I got my longitude and latitude.
Yeah.
It's that kind of boom bap era, like, my longitude and attitude. No, I got a bit of attitude, like longitude and latitude.
All right. That sounds cool. So, this is, honestly, Kay, this is really intimidating me, this whole subject.
Mathematic, arithmetic, longitude, latitude, attitude, dude. Masticating tactics. You sat there masturbating while I measure the longitude and latitude of my nautical mile. Marcus, did you know that a land mile is also known as the statute mile? And it's actually based on paces.
Why are there more words and more measurements for each mile? Okay, cool.
While the nautical mile is used, why the nautical mile is used, is because in the sea you don't have a tangible equivalent to paces. So, like,
because you can't walk on water. Right, I'm with you.
But one person did. The heathen, that is Marcus Brunsey, shall be banished from the church in all of its glory for denying that the one true savior of the human race did not indeed perform the miracle that is set out in the religious texts, in the King James verse, that he did not walk on water. Marcus, to what do we owe this blasphemous comment?
I will correct myself. Apart from Jesus Christ, in that
you shall not say the Lord's name in vain. More blasphemy.
So a land mile is known as a statue mile.
Yeah,
and it's based on paces. So I just want to clarify, we've spoken in the last few minutes about meters, the arc of the earth, minutes, feet, and also statues. Okay, and I have to use all these measurements, right?
The idea is obviously you can't measure it's normal mile was like statute mile is based on paces. You can't measure like miles in the sea by like front crawl or
breaststroke. Bruv, can't I just measure it in how long I can hold my breath for and go
that's
underwater?
100 breaststrokes, bro.
Yeah, man.
Roll down there, it's 100 breaststrokes, bro. That's what it is, cuz.
About 60 backstrokes, but 100 breaststrokes, though. Definitely 100 breasts.
Essentially, it's a mathematical calculation. And
this is based on me understanding and believing that the world is not flat.
Also,
see, now, now...
If you're listening to this and you believe the world is flat, then this is gonna fuck your head up. Like, this is the wrong podcast.
The sheer number of people ripping off their headphones, throwing them onto the floor right now.
I was a fan of Ain't Got a Clue until they started mentioning the world was round. God damn it, I ain't heard such nonsense, and since they told me abortion was a right. So I'll just group flat earthers with anti-lifers. So anyway, it's a mathematical calculation based on degrees of latitude around the equator.
Okay.
So you know where the equator is?
The equator is the middle of the earth. It's a circle that goes around it.
It's the middle of the earth. But not like Lord of the Rings. That's more Middle Earth.
Oh, yeah. See the remix there? That was the
remix. Yeah. It's not like Hodor and them, man. Well, I don't even. That's the wrong one, isn't it? Hodor was in Game of Thrones.
Oh, yeah, Game of Thrones.
I'm fucking it up. I meant to say Mordor.
You were trying to upset everyone right now.
Every nerd right now. Trying to get...
He's like, bruv, I don't even know why Darth Vader was in Star Trek 4, bruv, because there was just disrespect.
What was Captain Kirk doing in Star Wars, bro? I liked him better in X-Men still.
He's just throwing nerd grenades around, fucking up everyone.
Someone like, the worst podcast ever. So many references messed up. So yeah, like latitude. You know, you got like the tropic. You got the two tropics as well. You got two lines on either side as well. Like,
yes, I'm aware of those. Yeah. So the equator is basically the warm, like where it's. If you have a place on the if you have a place on the equator, it's warm all the time though. Yeah,
nice. Well, most of the time. Yeah, it is all the time. Yeah. I would love to move to the equator. It'd be great. So why do we use nautical miles? Well, the reason, unlike measuring distance and speed on land, sailors tend to use nautical mile as well as a knot for measurements.
So now we're adding another measurement in, which is a knot.
We're adding a knot, absolutely. Okay, the main reason for this is that replacing the ordinary measurement with nautical miles and knots at sea helps them to read charts that use longitude and latitude.
Okay, so now we can use it with longitude and latitude, so my attitude is no longer a platitude.
My longitude and latitude adding to my platitude. So you're probably thinking, why don't we use nautical miles on land?
I was probably thinking, actually, Kay, why don't we use nautical miles on land? Because technically, if you're going to do that on the sea, and it makes sense, to be fair, from what you said, it makes more sense to measure everything else like that instead of just like meters and feet or whatever, because you're using that arc of
when
the
you're
earth.
on like Deliveroo or Just Eat
Yeah.
or Uber Eats or any one of these apps that don't sponsor us, until it's Uber Eats or Deliveroo.
Yeah.
Did somebody say Just Eat? No, because they're not sponsoring us.
Did somebody just say we're walking to the shops?
Yeah. We actually just had a Joe and the Juice, actually. That I will big up.
I will say that. Yeah, all the Patreon people are like, you said no ads on the Patreon. Why are you talking? I'm like,
get down to this juice is so good.
yeah. I just want to say, if I could measure this juice in nautical miles, it would be plenty.
I would be swimming in it for approximately 3 nautical miles. Well, the short answer is nautical miles are sea miles and land miles are land miles, isn't it?
So wait, you're saying the answer is to this is just because? One of those ones.
One of them is for the sea,
Yes.
and one of them is for the earth.
Okay, so I get it. All right, so I'm just gonna.
So what we have is we have earth miles.
Yeah.
I was gonna say we got wind miles.
Wind miles and earth miles.
We got wind miles and we got fire miles. Earth, wind, and fire. Yeah, brother.
And when they combine their powers and their rings, they create Captain Mile.
Yeah, they create light years. No, but I'm joking. We'll come on to that in a minute. They derive from different things.
Yes.
But they're both suited to their own environment. So originally, the nautical mile was defined as 1 second of latitude at the place of measurement. If you know your latitude from your longitude on a map, it'll all make sense to you. So latitudes are the side ones, longitude are the ones up and down.
Okay.
And down. Since the Earth is circular, dun dun dun. That's a controversial statement in 2021.
Another set of headphones. They put their headphones back in and thought, they're only messing. We'll give it a try.
God damn it! I thought I was gonna give these guys a try, but they went and they went and hurt me again. Like, why do I sound like Ted Lasso? They went and hurt me again. Roy Kent, where are you? I thought you said no ads. Since the Earth is circular, the nautical miles allow for curvature of the Earth and a distance that can be travelled in 1 minute, because the Earth actually curves.
Yeah,
So it's
I'm
the
with you. I
same
believe
reason
it.
you can't really measure your nether regions accurately.
Because you have to take in girth.
And curvature.
So longitude and latitude.
Yeah,
that determines my attitude.
Yeah, ain't got a clue. Does apologise for the male banter on here. We didn't expect it to turn into such.
Another set of headphones ripped off.
Yeah.
This is the headphone ripping off episode.
Do you know what? I thought it was just terrible.
Yeah.
I just thought, they were meant to be like a factual podcast. Now they're talking about their cocks.
Ain't got a clue about anything to talk about other than penises. All right.
How did we manage to make dick jokes when we're talking about nautical miles? Easy. They have different. So I know you're dying to ask me another question.
Why do we use knots instead of miles per hour?
Well, basically,
Or why not use a knot? Not.
why not?
Why not?
not? Why not?
Yeah. Why not? Why do we use? Why do we use knots instead of miles per hour?
Because basically, again, it's all down to do with ease. Everything's to do with convenience, right? So in the
It's
air and
funny
on the
you
sea,
should say that, because if I'm honest, this really. I'll be honest with you, Kay. I remember it now, and I will try my best to remember by the end of the episode.
you will always
But I
remember
feel-
now that a nautical mile is more than a mile.
I will remember
that was the
but
purpose of this podcast. We can stop now. Yeah.
No, but I definitely feel like this is a really complex subject. Like,
No, it's not. You're just making it complex.
I'm
Okay,
just-
so
I'm
if
just
you just
stupid.
listen,
okay,
so there's the reason we use knots. The knot is based on the nautical mile, right? So
Okay.
1 knot is equal to 1 nautical mile per hour.
oh, I'm with you. Okay,
Okay?
we're in.
So if you wanted to know that speed in kilometers per hour, it's 1.85 kilometers per hour. All right, so yeah.
Okay.
So you're keeping up with me, yeah?
I am.
Yeah. Nautical mile measures distance and a knot measures speed.
Okay, so if you nut quickly, then you are going faster. But if you're nut slow, then you're going slower. Okay, I'm with you.
Somewhere.
You let me get away with that. I can't believe you let me get away with that. Okay, cool. You're like, yeah, whatever. Move on.
So do you ever remember that song by Mystical? Nautical, watch the sea. Show me what you're working with. Knots at sea, knots in air. Measuring distance and the speed is So so now you're gonna be thinking to yourself, whenever you hear that Mystical song in a rave, like, watch yourself. You're gonna be hearing nautical, watch the sea. Show me what you're working with. Knots at sea, knots in air. Measuring distance and speed. Anyway. So, term knot dates from the 17th century when sailors measured the speed of their ship by using a device called a common log. So the device was essentially like there was this coil of rope with like uniformly spaced knots. So there'll be knots at like a certain measurement on the rope, bunch of knots on there.
Yep.
So they'd attach that to a piece of wood shaped like a slice of pie. Like a slice of pie. Well, he shaped it like a slice of pie.
Apple pie.
By the late 16th century, sailors had begun using a chip log to measure speed. Afterward, the number of the knots that had gone over the ship's stern,
All right.
so you know as they're going lowering it down, right, was counted and used in calculating the vessel's speed. A knot came to mean 1 nautical mile per hour. So to recap, in this method, knots were tied at uniform intervals in a length of rope, and then
A pie sliced piece of wood.
yeah, on one end of the rope, and with a pie sliced piece of wood or chip, as it was called, that was attached to it, and it was tossed behind the ship. A knot came to mean 1 nautical mile per hour. Therefore, a ship traveling at 15 knots could go 15 nautical miles per hour.
So instead of having a speedometer, they actually had a guy whose job, or maybe more than one person, to
Or a woman,
or a
No, I'm
woman,
joking,
yeah,
at the
probably
time it
not,
wasn't
yeah,
a woman,
to
sorry.
throw out a piece of wood
Yeah.
and measure the knots.
Yeah,
So if those guys were dicking around like, oh, fucking hell, mate, look, there's a few dolphins over there.
Yeah.
Dave, how many knots are we doing? And they're like,
Oh, fuck! I've stopped counting.
Oh, yeah.
No, it were Michael. He had me. He was talking about.
No, just make it up.
We were talking about the. We were talking about Patreon.
Yeah, do you know that if you sign up, you don't get
sign up
ads?
to Ain't Got a Clues Patreon.
Yeah.
You get ads. You
Yeah.
know ads. Sorry,
You don't get ads.
I'm confused about everything. Right. So yeah, that was that's how they did it. So I think it was. I mean, a lot of this stuff, like it's like when they used to count with like abacuses and stuff.
That's
isn't
fascinating because that's quite a powerful position. You're on the back of the boat going, I am time. I can count. If I add an extra knot to our journey, we can get there early.
it? You're basically Doctor Strange.
Yeah, you are.
I love Doctor Strange in the Batman films.
God damn it! Oh, Carter!
So, we were mentioning Star Trek and Star Wars and that, yeah?
Yeah.
Right.
Are you taking a... Oh, my
No,
gosh.
I'm not taking a piss, but NASA.
Okay.
You know
right.
them.
Yeah, I do know
The
NASA.
National
Aeronautics and Space.
Administration.
So, you're
But
saying...
you know what my favourite N...
word is...
Oh, my favourite N word? It's NBA.
Yeah, okay.
NBA.
Yeah.
And then NFL.
Yeah, very good.
And then the NRA.
Whew, get close.
Well, the National Rifle Association. No, I was talking about the National Rotunda Association, where we discuss different rotundas.
Rotundas.
We discuss different. I don't know. Anyway, so you probably, as a Star Trek nerd,
I am.
you probably know the measurement I'm talking about.
It's going to be light years.
Absolutely, but
Years
do you
of
actually
light.
know what light years are?
I actually, I'm going to have a go because I think I do. Is it the speed? Because to start off that measurement, they use the speed of light, so the amount of distance that light can travel.
And there's actually a guy outside of the space shuttle,
And he's got a small triangle pie made out of metal.
He's just got these nuts
He's got a torch. He's got a torch.
with a bunch of nuts, and he's like, "Oh, we've got 15 nuts."
Or is it?
We haven't even moved, have we?
Or is it 16? Oh, bother. Yeah. Start again.
Well, so it's a unit of length used to express astronomical distances. And it's, do you know what it is the equivalent to? This is going to boggle your mind, bruv.
Come on, let's do it.
9.46 trillion kilometers, or 5.88 trillion miles.
That's a long walk to the shops. That is a long walk.
I don't think my Apple Watch can even fathom that, pal. Do you know what I mean? I don't think you could measure that on an Apple Watch.
That would take a very long time to walk.
So they're a bit long, it's safe to say.
Yeah.
And so here's another organisation for you. The International Astronomical Union defines a light year as the distance that light travels in a vacuum in 1 Julian year. A Julian year is 365.6
0.25 days. By the way, when they say light in a vacuum, for those of you that...
What? They put light? They put a torch in it over?
They put it in a Henry.
They put a torch in
a
Henry.
torch up Henry's arse?
Yeah.
Why they put, at least put it in a Dyson. The Dyson, you can see what's going on inside the Dyson. You can't see what's going on inside Henry. Yeah, so why are they putting it in the Henry, blood? Let's just mix it up again. Yeah, but basically, yeah, a vacuum, yeah, is essentially anything in a confined space where there's no other things in there. You get me?
Yeah, I've been to a few clubs like that where there's no things. I'd like to call that one a vacuum still.
Get me? But obviously, because this has got the word year in it, like gap year, gap year, biannual year.
Daddy, what's a Julian year, Daddy?
Julian year is 365.25 days. Do you know what calendar we use, actually?
Do we use Julian's calendar?
No, we use a Gregorian calendar.
Oh my gosh,
We can use this for another episode though, but have you ever noticed, January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August.
Yeah.
So what does sept usually mean?
Is it a 7? Sept?
Yeah, but September's 9. What does oct usually mean?
8.
And it's 10, right?
Find out in a future episode of Ain't Got a Clue.
So, it's not actually a measurement of it's not actually a measurement of time. It's actually a measurement of distance.
A light year is a measurement of distance. Okay, that makes total sense. It's a really long amount of distance as well. Very long, obviously, trillion kilometers or whatever you said it was.
So remember, I told you the original reason for using nautical miles was for navigation. For navigation, is that it makes reading charts. It makes reading charts and navigating faster.
Okay.
Essentially, you can make your way around like. That's why you got those little. You've got the You see when you're on a plane, you got on a plane and you can go through all the channels and you're like, oh wow, that's Live at the Apollo season 15, episode 1. Kate Kurt's on that. Fucking hell, I'll give that a watch.
Wow.
Well, then you go on.
Oh, there's ads though. I wish there was like a sort of system that I could sign up to where I don't get to see ads like a patreon.com/ Ain't Got a Clue. Crazy.
I love this until they started just banging on about their Patreon every fucking episode. And then there'll be like other things in there, like, you could listen to music or you could listen to whatever. But then there is also the bit where you could go, I just want to see the plane over the the map.
Are we agreeing, Kay, that we at least both have a little look at that for a few minutes each time?
I just look at it like that. I was just sort of looking at it going, wow. And then you sort of see like the director, like, why are we going that way? Why are we going near Scotland? Oh no, coming back down again. Oh, that's great.
I always look at it and go, oh, that's me, that.
I sometimes watch that and go, how could flying a plane be?
Let's be honest. Sometimes I'm like, never any traffic really, and if there is, there's somebody else telling you when to go.
Like, can you just roger that, or you are clear to fly? Or...
When they say space
pilots
traffic,
are ripping off their headphones
traffic,
now, okay, as well. Fuck it.
When they say air traffic control, like I'm like, there might be a bit of traffic around, like like the airports.
Yeah.
But apart from that, do you know what? Do you ever think like air travel's a bit like bus routes? Where they go, oh, we've seen that cloud.
Yeah. What you want to do is take a left at the
sun. Because they do have to come back. Like, so usually the same crew will go there and then come back, and then that's their...
I reckon if it's low flying enough, they'll probably know that, that's the Rockies. It's the Grand Canyon over there.
That's... oh, wow, that's Norway.
I live there.
Oh, wow, that's... but then if you're going over, like, bits of the sea, it all just looks the same to you, innit?
Yeah.
So you make mental notes of it, innit? Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
How, if they didn't have the sensors going beep, beep, beep. By the way, do you know how old planes are? You know when you get on planes, do you never ever think that? You're like, these were made in the 80s and they still haven't been refurbished or anything.
Some of the planes I've got on, I've looked at like the paint peeling away and looked underneath and be like, Christ, this is archaic. Am I going to survive?
Yeah, like a lot of these
Glass
planes.
of wine, please.
Because it's hard, like you can't just like finance a plane.
Yeah.
You can't just be like, well, because when you look at it, it's like, I've seen this in 80s films, bruv.
Yep.
Anyway, we're getting off topic.
That's fine, that's fine.
So yeah, if you're going from one point on a map to another using longitude and latitude, you can quickly figure out how long it will take to get there, traveling 20 knots for 72 hours, for example. So yeah, that is...
I like that. Thank you very much.
What, so Marcus, just to recap, what's longer, a nautical mile or a mile?
A naughty cool mile, which I have pronounced
nautical
wrong. A naughty and cool mile is slightly longer than a regular mile. In
What's your speed?
1.15 miles. I've remembered an extra bit of information.
100%.
There you go.
It's 1.15 miles.
Guys, so that has been another episode of Ain't Got a Clue. If you really enjoy this one, remember to tell your friends about it, subscribe, share it, maybe even leave us a review. Apparently that does really well. And also, I want to give a massive shout out to all of you that have been listening, sharing, providing this, joining the Patreon.
In fact, to shout out some of the patrons, I'm gonna actually, we've got a wheel in here, Kay. I'm gonna spin it round and it's gonna give us a style of shout out for the patrons. So I'm just gonna give that a quick. It's landed on a mystical. No, it's not mystical. It's landed on Gladiator style.
Right, okay, so shout out in the style of Gladiator.
Yeah. First up, we have Hazel.
A couple of patrons, all right.
I want to say shout out to Hazel, son of a mayor. I want to shout out to Hazel, son of a wood maker. I don't even know how you make wood, but she's daughter of a wood maker, sorry. Or could be a son. I don't know your pronouns. However, I assume it's a she. But for the purpose of this, I will say them as well. Thank you very much for your undying support.
Andre Barrett.
Andre, son of a Barrett. Son of an estate agent. He might be a son of an estate agent, I don't know. He's got a nice picture up on his profile. He looks good. Very charming young man. Probably endured some microaggressions throughout his career. We won't be adding to that. Thank you very much, Andre.
Lyndon, is that Bo, would you say? Bo?
Lyndon, bow. I won't be bowing to any bow. I am the one that throws the bows in people's hearts like Lyndon. Straight into you. But only metaphorically, because I want you to be alive and keep subscribing to the Patreon. Because I really need it. I need the money.
So those are just a few of our patrons. We'll shout out some more in the next episode. If you want to get involved in our Patreon, you can get your hands on extra episodes. Every time we release one on the free feed, you get a whole bonus episode that we put just as much love into. In fact, we've dropped a few teaser ones on the timeline, so you can have a listen to those. But in the meantime, if not, if you want to keep enjoying us for free, keep enjoying Ain't Got a Clue.
Yeah, but if you're going to enjoy us for free, at least tell your friend about it, innit? Like, open up their phone and go, hey, subscribe to this, please. Thank you.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, tell a mate. I've been Marcus Bronzy. He's been K-Cud. K-Cud on all social medias. K-A-E-K-U-R-D. I'm Marcus Bronzy. M-A-R-C-U-S-B-R-O-N-Z-Y. Thank you for listening to Ain't Got a Clue.
Watch yourself!
Ain't Got a Clue is the brainchild of K-Cud and Marcus Bronzy. Sound design is by Matt Farthing and production support from Biddy Wright.